What's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rise. We're back here at Crown Eurocars in St. Pete, Florida, and guess what? I have one of those coupes that really is bringing some performance. This is it. This is a 2023 Mercedes AMG C43. But before we get into this two-door, twin turbocharged performance vehicle, let's talk about what's going on here. Mercedes-Benz. You know, when you hear that name, you are getting an iconic legend from Germany when it comes to engineering and luxury. When you hear Mercedes and AMG, now you're turning it up another notch. AMG is like M on a BMW. When you see that letter M and all that motorsports that goes with it, you know that you're getting more performance, more style, and more of that great engineering. Now, with the AMG C43, not a lot of vehicles in this class that have two doors, that have luxury, and have that performance side of things. I guess if you were gonna compare this to its main competition, it would be the BMW M440i. So what I wanna find out is, if you're gonna go German performance with some luxury, is the 2023 AMG C43 the way to go over the Beamer? Let's go ahead, let's dive into the C43 and find out. Now, right off the bat, you're gonna notice that familiar style, and that's something that Mercedes has done over the years, is they bring a design element and they carry it all the way through. Up front, very unique headlight design. It almost looks like something off of a bug, like a big fly or something like that. Multi-LED lighting going on the interior. Of course, you got your LED turn signal and daytime running lamp. And I like the way it's got a nice balance of dark features, but also some shiny chrome finishes, because there is some silver on this vehicle. Now, working your way down, you do have functional corner air curtains. And if you notice, they listen to Rady's Rides. You see how when it's smooth, it looks just fine. You don't need to make it look like a fake vent, even though it is a functional corner air curtain. It's got the horizontal bars, a little bit of gloss black, and then just like BMW, Mercedes-Benz does a great job of really designing that extra aerodynamic efficiency into their front fascia without sticking on a bunch of things. But as we come across the main grille, we got that silver star, and this particular one actually illuminates at night. So that's something new that you can add as an option. There's LED lighting all around the star to make that silver star be nice and bright at night. You do have a forward-facing camera, and I love the satin steel finish around the silver star. Of course, we got our AMG badge. Now, just like BMW, sometimes they put M's badging all over their vehicles, and it's not necessarily a performance vehicle. This is a true AMG product from Germany. Love the functionality up top. You got a little bit of a concave flow to the top portion and the lower portion of the front grille. And I like the way it's just flat black. We don't need a bunch of gloss black, or sometimes you could do silver elements everywhere. That's all we need. And then you'll notice on the C43, that nice lower lip extension, that's gonna help give us downforce and stop air from going underneath this vehicle. Now, when we get up onto the hood, there's that Mercedes-Benz badge, the silver star. So much history with Grand Prix racing, and even in Formula One today, of course, with Lewis Hamilton. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. So you're gonna get these AMG specific forged aluminum wheels. You got your AMG badge stamped in there. The machine aluminum, I like that nice metallic silver on the large caliper. Almost looks like the head off of a ginormous sledgehammer. AMG badging, cross-drilled and fully ventilated rotors. This is a 4MATIC. What does that mean? That means we have all-wheel drive. So we got power going down to the front and power to the rear. This is rear-wheel based, just like an M440i from BMW. And the M440i, you could also get that with all-wheel drive. So these are two close competitors. You do have adaptive suspension, all four corners. And up front, we got a 19-inch wheel, 225 on the width, 40 series sidewall, and really loving the silver with the black. You'll notice that functionality like I told you about with that corner air curtain. This is where that air is gonna exit. Looks really good. And then coming down the side, small badge letting you know that you got that twin turbo setup with the all-wheel drive, color matched on the mirror caps, and these are power folding mirrors. LED lighting built in, nice and slim, and you can see the size of the C-Class vehicle. It is on the smaller side. The only thing smaller is going to be an A, so something to think about. Remember, A, C, E, they go bigger in size. You're going to have a larger size sunroof, everything black painted up top, makes it look seamless. You do have some shiny chrome on the door handle that I don't understand. It would have been nice to have that flat silver or just make it all gloss black, but you'll notice the nice size rear quarter window, gloss black around the trim. We come down to the rear wheels and tires. You got 255 on the width, so a little bit more rubber to meet the road, and it's still a 19-inch wheel. So you got 19-inch wheels, all four corners. Most of the power is going to be sent to the rear, but like I said, with the 4MATIC, when you're struggling for traction, it's going to send some more power to the front. And then as we come around the rear, this is a sexy rear end, I have to admit. I do like the nice flow of it coming off that rear quarter glass, full LED lighting. Mercedes does a great job with that. Tasteful but seductive trunk spoiler. You got your AMG badge, your C43, and then to wrap it off, this is just pure race car perfection. We got a quad tip exhaust, functional with an active valve, and we got our massive rear diffuser that looks just so sick on the end of this vehicle. But why don't we go ahead, since we're talking about performance, where do we find it? Let's pop the hood and see what's powering this AMG C43. Guys, we got the hood popped. You do have hood struts. Underneath that hood is a lot of plastic. I like the way they added a splash of red and of course that AMG badge and the silver star. But what are we exactly looking at underneath all that plastic? Basically what you're looking at is going to be a 3-liter twin turbo V6. So whereas the BMW has a straight 6 that's turbocharged, this is a 3-liter twin turbo V6, 385 horsepower, 384 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. BMW is mated to an 8-speed automatic. 0 to 60 in this car, 3.9 seconds. So this will beat Stevens Type R in a race, 0 to 60, quarter mile in 12.6 seconds, and a top speed that's governed to 130 miles per hour. The car weighs around 3,500 pounds. MPGs around 18 in the city, 27 on the highway. Really nice to still see V6 power. These engines are disappearing. For next year, this is going to be coming with a 2-liter straight 4 turbocharged engine. So since we have it, why don't we go ahead, let's fire it up and hear what it sounds like in this AMG C43. All right, guys, we're inside this 2023 AMG C43. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I love the look of these, especially in black. That's like my dream Mercedes-Benz color. I'm on the fence, though, because I'm thinking maybe BMW, but how much is this? Because that's going to be the big deciding factor. Very good question. Let's get to the nitty-gritty, as they say. MSRP, the way that this one is optioned, is right at $75,000. Let's see what you get for the money. To the door panels, absolutely stunning. I'm not a big cream color interior guy, but the two-tone works very well, elegant and sporty at the same time. You'll notice up top that nice aluminum silver finish with your seat controls. 3 memory seat settings for the passenger and the driver. And yes, the seats are heated and ventilated, and you got that optional sound system. And then the door pocket is a pretty good size. You'll easily be able to get a 12-inch roast beef sub with extra onions and pickles, just the way your mom used to make it for you. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, I like the way the dash is so far forward in this thing. Really frees up the space for the passenger. Soft touch with the stitching, real aluminum. You can recycle this at your local aluminum recycling center. And then we get to the infotainment side of things. This being the coupe, for right now, has the older operating system. You have a 10-inch infotainment system screen. I guess the biggest zonk that anybody's gonna say, including you guys at home, it's not a touchscreen. You can touch it, it just doesn't do anything. Plus, to me, there seems to be a lot of dead space. Like, why not extend? Let's zoom and extend the corners all 4 ways. But other than that, it is very, very intuitive to use. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go home. You can see how we have all the different icons. Let's go into vehicle. That's always my favorite. This is where you'll go into dynamic select. You could do individual configuration. I'm gonna show you the data because I just think that that looks really cool while you're driving for your passenger to have some kind of entertainment other than the on-throttle entertainment. Plus we could go into engine data, which is really cool. Show off the suspension, the whole 9 yards. So that really shows you that usability of the system. Of course, we have our dynamic select mode. Sport Plus is gonna be the sportiest you could go. How do I know? Because look, you're on a racetrack. So that's gonna be your highest setting. Let's see the backup camera. That's one thing that BMW and Mercedes-Benz does very, very well is the super clear resolution. So it's gonna be pretty much even Steven between the brands, but I do like how clear the system is in the Mercedes-Benz. Obviously, we also have that forward-facing camera. I love the aeronautical AC vents. Very, very classy without going too over the top. The flat black wood, no veneer finish. Just be careful because this is real wood. When you're rubbing your wood, you don't want to get a splinter in your fingers. I like the toggle switches. You got the classic Mercedes-Benz clock. More wood, open sesame. What do we got? 2 cup holders, a USB-A, and wireless charging. And if you're wondering what this is where you could keep your Tic Tacs. So after you're done eating your roast beef sandwich with the extra onions, if you pick up a hot date, pop a couple Tic Tacs, your date will thank you for it. I'll tell you that much. You do have all your different controls. Open up the exhaust. You got your direct drive wheel control. That's almost like the iDrive wheel in a BMW, but Mercedes also gives you a mouse pad if you prefer. So you get to have it your way, just like Burger King. Switches, wheel, or mouse pad. You choose. More of that aluminum finish. Nice soft with the stitching. Bombs away! What do we got? We have our key fob, Mercedes-Benz style. Spin it around. Would be nice if it said AMG since this is an AMG. You do have 2 USB-As and enough room in here, I would say, for 8 NES cartridges. So after you're done blowing on them to make sure they play correctly, you could store them in here, up to 8 of them, and make sure that nobody messes with your Nintendo. It's like Lego my Ego, Lego my Nintendo NES, damn it. Seats, the leather, look how soft, it's like a big marshmallow. I just want to get a cup of hot chocolate right now. Perforated, pretty decent bolstering, nothing too over the top as to be expected. And like I said, electric assist for the passenger and the driver. And we have that power shade on the sunroof. It's like a sunroof and a half. So not a full panoramic roof, but definitely larger than your standard size sunroof. You know how I know? I measured it. I walk around with measuring tape wherever I go. But why don't you come over here? I want to show you behind this Formula One inspired steering wheel in this C43. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You got a beautiful aluminum sill plate with the AMG badge. This is going to illuminate in LED lighting at night. Pedal box is pretty decent. Aluminum brake pedal throttle. The only thing I wish they would do is give me an actual dead pedal rather than carpet and make it aluminum, please. So that is a zonk. But the amount of room you have, even though it's got that sexy low roof line, it's quite spacious. Because remember, I'm 6 feet tall. Steering wheel, like I promised, plucked right out of a Formula One race car. Flat bottom, 2-piece leather. It's a thing of beauty. I could hang this on the wall of my house and just stare at it. Paddles, they are metal on the back of the wheel to go up and down that 9-speed automatic. You do have a tilting and telescoping electric steering wheel. And then I love the way they did the digital dash. It fits nicely within that area rather than just being a rectangle. All these designs are getting really simplistic. And then look at all the different screens. It's a cornucopia of information in the center I could bring up. So that's really nice. The one thing I'm missing, I can't believe is not in here at $75,000, is a head-up display. That's a big no-no. So I'm gonna zonk that, but why don't we go ahead, we're gonna do it because I know you're gonna ask for it. Steven right now is rolling his eyes. I'm gonna get in the back seat and see how much room is in this coupe C43. All right guys, we're in the back seat. I did it. It took a couple tries, but I was able to shoehorn myself back here. But this is what it looks like with a big guy in a small back seat. Not the most comfortable. I could bear it for maybe 50 miles, maybe 100, but that's it. You can see my head is very close to the headliner. You do get some nice speaker grills, just like they get up front, the two-tone cup holders. No center armrest, that's kind of a little bit of a bummer. But here's the thing, I do have AC vents. There's no connectivity back here. That's a zonk. I need to plug in. If I'm gonna take one for the team, you better make this as extravagant as you can back here. No USBs whatsoever. But what's cool is watch this. You move the seat, it comes back, and then it actually stops right where your knees are and moves a little bit forward. So I do like that touch. But as you can see, I'm just a little cramped in here. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the trunk and see how much room is in this AMG C43. All right guys, time to get in the trunk. I'm gonna push the button. Nice electric assist so you don't have to hurt your arms lifting up the trunk, but you're gonna be actually greeted to a pretty large trunk space on this two-door performance vehicle. You're looking at 17 cubic feet of space, which is plenty for anything that you have to do in your daily commute. You got a nice low cargo floor. The seats do fold down with these nice handles, and look what they give you. I love the way they have these little hooks here so you can hang your grocery bags so that you don't have your melons. Nobody wants their melons rolling around the back trunk area, especially a big round one. That's not gonna be good. So they give you this little area so you can hang your melons, or let's say you're the coach of a softball team. You don't want your balls rolling around the back of a trunk. You could put them in the bag and hang the bag right here. But you know what? I don't want to roll any balls around, but what I want to roll around are the wheels on this AMG C43. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go on throttle. All right, guys, we left Crown Euro Cars. We're in this 2023 Mercedes AMG C43. You know, even though it does have the dated infotainment system and you know, the style is, you know, obviously not the redesign, it still feels really fresh in here. And I like that. I love the digital gauge cluster. The steering wheel is from another planet. And the way it sounds, that twin turbo V6, very, very unique. And remember, that engine is on its way out. The V8s, the V6s, they're all being replaced with four bangers. Now, what I did was I have it in Sport Plus with the dynamic mode selection, and we're gonna go on throttle. If you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. Nice. Woo! So it does a great job with the shifts. The 9-speed automatic transmission, even though it's a conventional torque converter automatic transmission, fires off the shots very quickly and goes through the shifts very, very quickly. And that is what helps with the overall feel and performance of this vehicle. Of course, the 4MATIC all-wheel drive system specifically tuned by AMG for this car grips the road very, very well. And I love the sound. The sound is just enough, maybe just a little bit more I'd be fine with, but to hear the pops, the bangs, the crackles coming out of the back of the car, it just helps develop that overall driving experience, and it really does a good job. As we're gonna have some more on-throttle fun, nobody's behind us. I'm gonna show you that 4MATIC. Here we go. If you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go, yeah! Nice! Look at this, grips nicely. Love the sound. On the brakes. Nice smooth downshifts. Woohoo! Woo! So it does a really good job with the upshifts and the downshifts. I have it in pure automatic mode. I'm not using the paddles right there. We're gonna do that in a second. Off the line, all grip, no slip. And you know what? These seats hold you in fairly well, and they're definitely gonna be comfy for your everyday driving. And that is another great feel in this vehicle. Plus, if you need the 4-seat capacity, you got the 2 extra seats. This isn't a sports car per se, where you just have 2 seats. But feedback to the steering wheel is spot on the money, and just the way the car speaks to you, it makes you feel like you're in something very, very special, and it is an AMG product. Now, I'm gonna hit the button that has M on it. That means that we are now gonna shift with the paddles, those metal paddles. I do like the way there's a gear indicator that comes up, let you know what gear you're in. I'm gonna drop down to second. If you're ready, I'm ready. On throttle, here we go. Nice. Woohoo! So you're getting a really crisp sound coming out of the back of the car. Sounds good in here, man. Look at this. Ah! The grip, the feedback. It just puts a big smile on your face. You can't, you know, you just can't get many vehicles today that are in this segment that put that big smile on your face and make you feel really good. Nice downshifts. I'm telling you, the downshifts are so crisp, and the upshifts are really nice. All right, guys, we're gonna go on throttle, looking at the cameras from a dead stop, using the paddles. On throttle, here we go. Yeah! Nice. Just the feel and the feedback from the front of the car. It communicates very, very well between what the front tires are doing grip level wise and what the rear tires are doing grip level wise. Really, really nicely balanced. On throttle, here we go. Using those paddles. Brakes feel phenomenal. The suspension, all 4 corners, keeping this vehicle planted like it's stuck with Gorilla Glue. And then you stop on a Euro and give everybody change. That's what's great about this car. It's a nice balanced package. And I think that's what I really like. Compared to the BMW, I don't know, this car feels more connected. I feel like you're getting more feedback from the wheel. Here we go, on throttle. Nice. On the brakes. Downshift. Downshift. Look at the feel. Here it goes. It just allows you to just place the car where you want. Nice. Woohoo! Holds a line so clean. Look at that. Really, really nicely done. Very balanced. And that's the thing. I think compared to the BMW M440i is that this just feels more composed, and it communicates a lot more effectively to you what the car is doing compared to the BMW. Remember, that's something that BMW has had to work a very long time on getting back. They used to be, remember, that ultimate driving machine, but then they lost the feel and the feedback, and they've been slowly reeling it back in, but this really shows what you're getting with this AMG C43. But hopefully you've really enjoyed this vehicle. We're gonna get back to where it all started and wrap this one up. But like I was saying, it's quiet in here. It's the fit and finish is on another level, and you're getting all those great driving attributes. But we're gonna wrap it up, get back to Crown Eurocars. I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys. It's been an incredible day back here at Crown Eurocars. I definitely want to thank Nicole and the whole team getting us access to this AMG C43. Let me know what you think. Do you think for the money this is the way to go? Or are you gonna go with the BMW M440i? Let me know in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radies Rides family. Of course, we gotta give it up to Stephen Flood Photography, making the magic happen. A lot of times he does that behind closed doors, but here he is out in public, making the magic happen. Show Stephen some love in that comment section. Thank you, Stephen, for all that you do. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.